Welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I made another one, and I'm here, finally, excited, happy to be back. What's on my phone for 2021? That's the topic of today's video. I've always wanted to do something like this. It's very cool to see them on YouTube. It's just simply people going through their phone and showing them what exactly the apps they use, how do they customize it, the design of the layout and whatnot. And spoiler alert, mine's pretty simple, but I've always wanted to do it, so why not? Let's go ahead and get into it. So the phone that's in my pocket is the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. So that's something to keep in mind in case you want to copy some of the stuff I'm doing on my device. Some things might just be tailored to the One UI ecosystem or One UI software. So just keep that in mind in case you want to copy it onto yours. So jumping right in the lock screen, the first thing you see on my phone is just a clock style that I changed really. And you can see the wallpaper I'm using and also see the icons I'm using. And I guess you can see the mobile provider I'm using. But the big thing there is just the clock style, like I said. And the way you change this is just go into the settings and literally just go to clock style and just select the clock style you want. I chose this one because it looks like a speedometer, and I like the little touch of how the gas tank is the battery percentage of the phone. I think it's pretty cool. Now, I'm not a big car guy, so the other parts don't mean much to me. It's just the time and then the cool touch of the battery for the gas tank. But yeah, hopping into the home screen, there you can see the icons and the wallpaper. Yes, I am using iOS themed icons, and I don't know why I like them, or maybe I don't like them, but I have this thing in this idea in my thought where if an iOS user were to happen to have to use my phone, like if I let them borrow it for some reason, they'll feel right at home. They'll know what icons are what, and what icons mean what app and whatnot, and I can also rub it in and be like, haha, I got an Android and I'm having your icons. I know that you can probably do the same thing by using the shortcuts, even if that's even how you still do it, but I like the idea of just like straight icons, no shortcut needed, there is another app I need, but yeah, just no shortcuts needed. But let me explain how I got these icons in case you want to know how. So I don't know everything about this app, but it's an app called Hex Installer, and I believe this is just tailored towards Samsung One UI. So also something to keep in mind, you might be able to use it on other Android devices. So basically what it does, it has its own process, you follow it, and you can choose different themes. And this doesn't just change the icons, it changes like the way the system looks on the whole software, and it's really cool. So you can actually do a lot on there. I have only changed the icons. Like I said, I didn't go through and pick my colors that I want and pick the different things that you can change. There's so much you can do on there, but I just changed the icons and left it at that. I will say that you do have to pay for it. I think it's $1.99, and I got it for like $1 because it was on sale at one point. So it's not that expensive. It's actually a pretty good deal, I would say, because you can't really put any icons from the App Store on your Samsung phone because Samsung doesn't allow you to do that. At least I don't think they do. That's why I got Hex Installer. But yeah, you have the Galaxy Store with those icons, but personally, I'm not a fan of those. I just don't. I think some of them aren't that well designed and well implemented into the system. So I just Hex Installer. So definitely recommend it if you want to change your icons. It's pretty cool. And then the wallpaper itself, this comes from an app called Wally. So this is also another paid app, but it also has a free version, just, for ads, of course. But what this does is it has its own gallery of different wallpapers. So it has a bunch of different artists. You can browse through different categories and whatnot, search for specific stuff, and then add it to a playlist of wallpapers. And then you play that playlist, and then it changes your wallpaper either after a certain amount of days, hours, I think there's weeks, maybe not weeks, even minutes, but that's on a premium version. And yeah, like I said, there is a premium version. I got the premium version just because it allows you to have no ads. So like you have to watch an ad to be able to add a wallpaper onto your playlist, which got annoying after a while, which is why I got the premium version. But I think it's cool because it allows me to change my wallpaper at night when I'm sleeping, and when I wake up in the morning, new random wallpaper. So it's pretty cool in my opinion. But it is kind of expensive. It's like, I think $14 maybe. That's around $10+ for the premium version. Sometimes it goes on sale, and that's when I bought it. When it was on sale, I was like, hell yeah, let's go for that. So yeah, there is a price to pay, and something to help you with that actually. There's an app that I feel like every Android user should pretty much have to ensure that they don't have to pay for apps ever again. So this app is the Google Rewards Program app. Basically, it's an app that pays you for answering surveys. And I know I'm talking about apps right away, and I'll get to the customization part in a second, but just since I mentioned apps that require some payment, I figured I'd show you this app right away so you can try and do these surveys and get some money for the Play Store. Because yeah, you answer surveys and you get credit for the Play Store. So these surveys are based off of Google services, Google interactions, which is like YouTube searches, YouTube history, and then your internet searches, or any interactions with Google devices, so like a home device, which is like the guy back here behind me. So basically, you answer the survey, and at the end, based on the feedback you give back, you get a certain amount added to your Google Wallet for the Play Store. So, or maybe it's not the Google Wallet, but you Google credit for the Play Store to you to spend on apps. And I've been doing this for pretty much since I've had my S8, which is like in 2017, 2018. And I've racked up so much. And here's the thing though, here's the catch. Be honest. Do not lie, because you will get caught and it will be like, yeah, you weren't honest here. So we're going to boot you out of the program, and then I got booted out. So I lost like $20 on my one account. So yeah, make sure you're honest when answering these. And a lot of these surveys are very easy. A lot of them say, were you recently at this location on this day? And then it asks you, did you make a purchase or something like that? And then whatnot. And then also like Google interactions, like, oh, did you know that you can turn on lights with your Google Home and stuff like that? I don't know. It's a bunch of random surveys. Most of them that I get are a bunch of like location stuff. So like, did I recently visit this location? And that's where I got kicked out last time, because I said I went to this one location, which I did not go to. And so then they kicked me out. So yeah, just be honest with it. And also, I know this might sound like an invasion of privacy, but Google's already tracking me, in my opinion. So like, I might as well get paid for being, tracked. You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely recommend this app. It's a really cool app, the way for you to get credit for your apps on the Play Store, and then you don't have to pay for apps ever again. Because that's how I got Wall-E. That's how I got Hex Installer. And then that's also how I got a Filmic Pro app, and then other stuff, random junk that I got off the Play Store. So yeah, definitely recommend it. Highly rate it. So yeah, I think you also have to be 18 for it. Maybe, I'm not sure. Just make sure that you're honest when signing up for it, because you want to be careful with that kind of stuff. So yeah, moving on to the home screen. Let's just get right into the home screen now. Okay, so getting into the home screen. Very simple setup. Very simple layout here. It's just having 5 apps for my most used apps, and then 5 apps at the bottom. There's also some more common apps that you would probably have to use. So yeah, 5 apps down there, which is like the camera, the phone, the texting, and then the internet, and then the 5 other apps that I downloaded, so like Snapchat, Spotify, YouTube, Reddit, and my Gmail. I use those the most, so I have them right there right away. I also keep them low, that way I have quick access to them with my thumb. I don't like to have to reach and do some gymnastics there, so that's why I keep them low like that. And my Google search for easy, quick searching. And at the top, just have the Google Now feed type of widget there. It basically just tells you the weather, and then it also has a section for the time or the date, and also that date changes to like an event name. If you have an event coming up soon or at a certain time period, it will change to that, to show you the event that's coming up. Swiping to the right, we have a bunch of widgets here. So the top one is just a schedule for my favorite soccer teams, and then followed by a bunch of Samsung ones. So we got one for digital well-being. That one just tells me how long I've been on my screen. I use it for screen on time, but I really don't look at it that much. And the other one's just for device care, which basically tells me how much RAM I've used, the amount of memory I have left, and my storage. So that I just have there because just to keep an eye on it in case I ever run out of it. And also you can optimize your device just by clicking right into that app or that widget, and then boom, you can optimize your device if you'd like to. And then below it is just my Surfshark VPN widget. And no, it's not sponsored, but I do like Surfshark VPN. I do like VPNs in general. I didn't use them before, but now I do. I just use Surfshark for Netflix, and then hiding my identity when I'm on the internet doing my thing. But yeah, it's cool. It's just there, so I can easily connect to the closest VPN location or closest fastest server, whatever. You can click on the actual widget and it'll take you right into the app, or you can just click connect and it'll take you right into the closest server, which is pretty cool. And then swiping all the way to the left, you have another set of widgets. So it's my calendar, and then I have my reminders tab. So I guess it's very simple. You can guess, calendar there for I can see my events, and then reminders so I can add reminders for when I want to do smaller stuff that doesn't require a whole event added to the calendar. And then swiping over to the left again, we have the Google feed. Now, I forgot that I have it here. I don't really use it just because I don't know. I just don't happen to use it. I have it there in case I'm bored. So like if I swipe over to the left, I'm like, oh, I forgot you were here. Let's browse it. And I'll browse it real quick. But otherwise, I usually don't browse it often. It's just there because why not? I think it's cool that we have the Google feed, but I don't really use it that much. So swiping down, we then have my app drawer. So the way I organize it here is each individual page is like its own folder. Before I used to do one page and a bunch of folders. I like to swipe my phone, like swipe around now, so I changed it to just having one page is essentially its own folder. So one page is all Samsung apps, and then one page is all Google apps, and then another page is all games and entertainment, and then another page is I think a bunch of random crap that I downloaded, like other random apps. And I think that's pretty organized. That's the way I have it. I also have the continuous swiping. I think it comes through the Good Lock app. Just swiping through, I can just swipe and swipe and swipe. Sometimes I get lost and I just keep swiping. I'm like, wait, what am I looking for again? But yeah, that's the way I organize it. Some apps I want to shout out real quick. It's just like Flappy Bird. That's a cool, great game. Did you guys keep Flappy Bird? I kept it, and I kept transferring it over to my other phone, my next phone, and my next phone. So it's still there. The original one. It's pretty cool. And then another thing I want to talk about real quick is Good Lock, because that's the app that I used very slightly to customize my phone. So let's talk about that. So in the Good Lock app, there are two modules that I use. First one is the one-handed operation, which basically just allows you to customize the gestures that you're using. The way I have it set up is I use the normal gestures like normal, but I also have two other diagonal gestures. Both on both sides are the same. So left and right, you're going to do the same thing. So swiping up diagonally is going to take you home, which is another added home gesture, I know, but it's just in case I can't swipe down all the way down the middle. And then the diagonally down one brings down the notification bar, just because, you can't swipe down from anywhere. Like you can't swipe down from any app to bring down the notification bar. So this way makes it easier. Just swipe down diagonally. And that's pretty much it on a one-handed operation. And then I also use the home up. This one I use to, to customize the way the phone looks. And personalize it. I hide the text of the label of the app. I think it looks cleaner in my opinion, so I do that. That's how you do it on the Good Lock. You go to the home up and do it there, and then you can also change your recent tab stuff, the way it looks. So I have it stacked because I think it looks cooler, better than the grid or how it was before. So that's how I do that, and then you can do other stuff like a bunch of other stuff on the different modules all throughout the Good Lock app, but those are the two primarily ones that I use. And so that's, if you want to change those things, you can go ahead and do that. So that's the Good Lock app. So this last part, I'm not sure if it's super appropriate for a What's on My Phone video, but it's related to the phone and what's on my phone. So I'm going to talk about it. It's basically the service provider that I use, and that's Mint Mobile. So I'm not sure if you've heard about them, but they're pretty good so far. I've had pretty good, reliable service with them. Only issue I've had with them is just drop calls, but I think that's maybe on my end with how I have my phone set up with the settings. But I'll have to look into that into myself later. But basically, it's a service provider based off of the T-Mobile network, and I've had good connection with them. And I just want to give them a shout out real quick because they're pretty cool. So before I used to have Boost Mobile, and I had a lot of issues with them just because I couldn't activate any phone that I wanted with them. I had to go off the Boost Mobile website and pick a phone from there, and I was like, no, hell no. I want to get my own phone. So like I couldn't use Pixels, I couldn't use a OnePlus phone. I was just limited to what they offered. So I was like, 2 thumbs up, I'm out. I'm going to get my own different service. And I found Mint Mobile. Don't know why I was attracted to them. I liked the idea of less payment. I don't know. To me, they sounded cheaper, but I also was attracted to the fact that they were GSM because I could activate any phone. So that's why I came to them. So basically, the way they work is T-Mobile, or the way Mint Mobile works is you buy different packages. So they come in 3 months, 6 months, and a year. And you, based on which package you get, the longer you stay on, the longer you sign up for them, the cheaper it gets. So you can go as low as $15 for 4 gigabytes a month. Or the one I'm paying for right now is $20 a month for 10 gigabytes a month, which is more than enough right now since I'm at home most of the time, so I'm on Wi-Fi most of the time, and I rarely ever get to like 6, so pretty good. So if you're looking for a new service provider, Mint Mobile, I definitely recommend it for the data services. Again, the calling has been a little fishy. After like a 20-minute call, it might cut off. So again, that's something I need to look into more, but yeah, and I'll leave a link down below of my referral link. It's not sponsored, but it's just something in case you're like, I'm sick and tired of these big companies taking my money with like AT&T and Verizon and want to try something different, they have different free trials as well, so you don't have to like jump into a 6-month or a whole year right away. You can definitely try it out first and then decide if you want to go with it. But just wanted to give them a shout out because they've been pretty cool so far. So yeah, definitely try them out if you're looking for a new service provider. So yeah. But otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it on what's on my phone. Hope you guys got something out of it, out of the tips and tricks that I do. And if you're going to do something that I do, leave a thumbs up. And if you're not going to do anything that I did, then you suck. No, I'm kidding. Now, just leave a comment down below of what you would do differently and what you do yourself. Any suggestions, any app suggestions, anything. Just go ahead and leave them down below. I'm open to try some new stuff out. So, yeah, that's been it. Hope you guys enjoyed. And peace out.